Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer News, the segment on this channel where we go over the past week's developments in the monster taming genre. This week we got some interesting stuff, including what seems to be almost a stealth drop for a new monster taming RPG that's looking pretty interesting, a roadmap of sorts for Tales of Tanorio, a game in which is releasing this year. Monster Crown has announced a trading card game, which generally I wouldn't cover at great length, but considering it's from a fully released game that I've covered extensively on this channel, I wanted to mention it today, and of course we got a lot more. So as per the usual, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Okay, so really quickly, and like I said, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because we don't usually cover trading card games unless it's like a sponsor, or in this case, where it's an already established brand that we've been covering on the channel, but that's the fact that Monster Crown is out with its own trading card game that has a Kickstarter going on, which you can find linked below. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm pretty sure the Monster Crown IP is something that will continue beyond the first game, so I do think it's pretty cool that they have a trading card game going on, and I plan on picking up a pack for myself too, since I'm a big fan of the Monster Crown monster designs. You can check it out too, like I said, it'll be linked below. The Cassette Beast developers put out a new devlog on Steam, which I actually did record a video for, so I'm not going to go too in-depth today. That video should be coming out tomorrow, but basically it goes over all of the different things you can do in the game that sort of fill up the open world. This, of course, includes things like catching and battling your monsters, but also it's going to have its own in-depth quest system, a very significantly sized post-game, various bosses that you can battle throughout the world, rogue fusions, bootlegs, and a lot more. Like I said, stay tuned because tomorrow's video, I literally read out the whole thing and sort of discuss with you guys my thoughts on it, but let me just say there's a ton of content in Cassette Beasts, at least by the looks of it. We've got a new sort of roadmap that released for Tales of Tanorio, the upcoming monster taming game on the Roblox engine that used to be a Pokemon fan game that was struck down due to DMCA. Now, the reason I say it's sort of a roadmap is because it doesn't actually give us dates, but instead just an idea of what's coming in sort of clumps. You can see here they have a couple of major developments leading up to launch, followed by the launch itself, and then subsequent updates. It is important to note that Roblox games release in sort of an early access state, meaning that when the game does come out, it'll be free to play and it'll be supplemented with various updates. We see that with Lumion Legacy and Doodle World, for example. I know there's a sizable portion of the community that isn't into Roblox Mon games. I can totally get that. I'm still pretty interested in checking this one out, however. Okay, so there's a game called Tomomon, if I pronounce that correctly, which kind of just popped out of nowhere. It's releasing on the 30th of this month on Steam, and I thought it looked pretty interesting, and I will be doing a sort of let's try / showcase for it on the following day of its release, because I need time to record it, obviously. But until then, I wanted to show you guys a trailer, and you let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. Alright, as per the usual, we're going to be heading into our rapid fire news segment for the updates that don't require lengthy explanations. First things first, we got a short clip of a game that's currently in the works called Waga Tamashi, if I pronounce that correctly. This is just a showcase of the overworld, but after speaking to the developer of the game, I'm pretty confident in this one. Their social media page will be linked below if you want to check them out. The Eternal Exodus developer has confirmed that Spanish will be available for day 1 of its release. Here we get to see a visual update to Monster Haven, a short clip of the card opening sequence in Isle of Swaps. This is for a holo card specifically. A short clip of Summoner's Tale showcasing the Hyper Jump jump mechanic. The Drugimon developer has been teasing something called Drugimon Lost Edition on Twitter. The Ova Magica devs confirmed that they will be having a demo at PAX East if you're in the area and want to check it out. Here we got a new monster for Fog World, a new animated sprite for Digimon Dawn and Dusk 2, the fan project, a new Sentius for Sky Climbers, a new Pixel has been added to Pixel's digital creatures via an update. We got a showcase for Quaver Pole, a new disc creature coming to Abomination, a new step form for Gremlin's Tail. Here we got a screenshot of a campfire for Aethermancer. We get to see the addition of fire arrows to elements, a couple of new clips for Palworld, some new VFX for Kindred Fates, and finally, last but not least, we get a look at the battle intro for Disc Creatures World. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this week. There are a lot of small updates, but in terms of major releases and major pieces of news, it has been pretty quiet, but I'm still excited for what the genre has planned for the near future. That being said, if you do want to stay up to date on all things monster taming, I put out daily videos on this channel. You can check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon as well, linked below. That being said, special thanks to the patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona, Candy Morency, and Exodus, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.